This playthrough is rated M for mature. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Halloween is still the Halloween Walpurgis night or whatever is still upon us, and after beating Resident Evil Survival, it's time to take it to the next step to an official game, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Oh, and then it goes through like a little scene about, come on, we're gonna get this eventually. There's only one way out to survive. Horror! Only one chance left! Only one way to survive walking zombies. Ooh, I'm trying to spoil it a bit before we get started. Didn't want to do that, so. Yeah, Resident Evil 3, the third in the, that was there's just a delay when pressing the thing or whatever, so. Resident Evil 3, third in the official franchise, the return, as spoilers would have it, Jill Valentine, since her last appearance in Resident Evil 1, depending on if you made her the main character or if it's Chris. Canon-wise, it's supposed that both stories go on at about the same time, I think. But I think initially Jill still gets caught, like during her, like the canon story is she explores the mansion, like Chris gets stuck on one side of the mansion and Jill gets on another, and they basically end up like figuring out what goes on in the mansion. And then Jill eventually gets caught by Wesker, I believe, is how the story goes at some point. So Chris's story is technically the canon one, even though I haven't actually shown that yet. One day I'll go back and play the old one and swap out the parties, like in Resident Evil 1 play as Chris instead of Jill, and then Resident Evil 2 play the Claire B path instead of just playing Leon A, which I don't know why I didn't play Claire B like right after the fact, but I was kind of recording late in the month. So anyway, before we get started, just really not much to do with this, just change the type of controller, stereo sound or whatever. I don't have to do any of that stuff, so let's begin. So what has Jill been doing since what happened with Resident Evil 1? What happened to Chris, whatever happened to Chris and all that? We don't know. Well, also this game apparently takes place like right before 2 starts, and then kind of goes alongside it for quite a bit. So let's find out what happened to Jill Valentine and how she got stuck into the zombie apocalypse. So you're going to do easy mode or hard mode. Obviously easy mode is more ammo, less enemies take less damage or take more damage, that type of thing. So, but we're gonna be a bit of a badass this time around. Actually, I was last time. I usually play the normal mode, so let's go with normal or hard mode. So,
Resident Evil.
Oh, you didn't say Nemesis. What? And who is Nemesis anyway? Genesis? No, sorry.
It all began as an ordinary day in September. An ordinary day in Raccoon City. A city controlled by Umbrella. No one dared to oppose them, and that lack of strength would ultimately lead to their destruction. I suppose they had to suffer the consequences of their actions, but there would be no forgiveness. If only they had had the courage to fight. It's true that once the wheels of justice begin to turn, nothing can stop them. Nothing. It was Raccoon City's last chance, and my last chance. My last escape.
This is Chopper Delta, preparing to drop off at area E95070. Over.
What are they? No!
Farewell to my life, farewell to home. And what's this Raccoon? It's Raccoon, not Raccoon City. This is my last escape. And you can already tell that the game looks like, well, I wouldn't say loads, but definitely is a lot more, slightly better looking than Resident Evil 1, or 2. Which not saying 2 was bad, I'm just saying that you can tell that there's been a couple of bits of polish since. Okay, what do we got? Let's see, pause. Does Jill have a knife? Yeah, they do. Okay, I guess we've got, is it triangle? Okay, it's circle. I've always forgotten. She got a reloading tool, which is new to this game. Jill is by herself in this game. Well, actually, technically, I don't want to spoil anything. But there's no, like, this game went back to just standard single character storylines. So, no, like, you beat the game, you play as someone else, except, obviously, in Resident Evil 2, there was, like, that you could play the time trials with different characters, that type of thing. But there's no, like, oh, you beat the game as Jill, now you play as something else. So, oh, we even get instructions on how to play the game when we first start. Let's check it out. Instruction 1. Game instructions. This explains about various actions. Operations on map, screen, and operations in the event scenes. Which is weird because the game starts you right off as exploding, escaping a burning building and being chased by zombies. Like, what happened to that point? And, well, we'll talk about that here in a second. Let's read the rest of this. Oh, here we go. We hope you improve your chances to survive. Shooting objects. You may get different reactions from shooting an object, such as an oil drum and bombs. I don't think you could have done that in the previous game, so I think the whole idea of shooting oil drums and bombs is actually a new, relatively new feature of this game. Press R2 to aim directly at these objects. Cool, so you can either usually use R1 to aim, but R2 is for objects and all other things, so that's kind of nice. Quick turn. I think quick turn hadn't been introduced until, well, I guess... Didn't Survivor? No, I think Survivor came out technically after this game, so it used kind of a combination of Resident Evil 2 with Resident Evil 3, Quick Turn, all that. So Quick Turn is new to this series as well. The whole, you basically just turn backwards and press the run button and you'll turn around. So I knew that, but I just wanted to let you all know. Emergency escape. When you're trapped by enemies, you can push them away to escape. Press the directional button, directional button and action button, cancel button, and so basically all the shoulder buttons, like, together to shove someone out of the way. So that'll be nice to try and save on ammo, because we're playing hard mode, so it means we're not going to get as much ammo. We're going to take more damage, that type of thing. So emergency dodging. Just before an enemy attacks, you can perform a dodge move to evade it. I don't remember being very good at that, so we'll see how often I get bit because of this or attacked. Press R1 or R2 buttons and press the action button while aiming. Press the action button while aiming. Okay, so that's isn't the action button square? I think so. Anyway, getting on and off an object. You can get on or off a certain object. Phrasing that appears in the game. Press the action button while you're moving forward to edge. No, actually, I think the action button is X. But anyway, moving forward to the edge of an object that you wish to get on or off. Map. Map! Press the L2 button to view your map. You can access, or you can zoom in or out of map by pressing the action button. While the map is zoomed in, use the directional button to move the screen. Press the select button to switch between maps. Live selection. At certain points in the game, the screen fades into B and W. At these points, you will be prompted to choose between two different options. Use the directional button to move between the options and your action button to make your decision. There are some... Yeah, this game has some slight decision making in this game, which just affects like where you go in certain instances. I don't remember it happening too often or it being a big deal. So, but you know, it's there. Event cancel. It is possible to skip certain scenes. Press the select button, so we can. If we'd played it before, I can cancel the game. So, all right, cool. Yeah, you kind of have to read those to get them out of your out of your inventory, so you don't. So you have, because you know, like all Resident Evil games, well, except for Survival, you had as much inventory as you could, but you know, like in all other games, all the other official franchises, you need all the room you can get. Actually, I think in 4 they stopped. No, 4 actually was pretty nefarious about trying to organize your inventory screen. I forgot about that, man. It's been forever since I played 4. Yeah, pop that. One day, viewers, one day. Instructions on the creation of bullets. Yeah, it's new for Jill in this game, although I don't think they ever bring this back again, but it was a nice idea. This explains how to use the gunpowder and the reloading tool. Yeah, we're reading all this while zombies are right upon this, and she's like going, shh, shh, I'm reading. You know. Our Jill of the Master of Unlocking has definitely gone to new heights since her mansion hopping days. Ammunition creation system. To create various ammunition, you need to use the reloading tool and gunpowder. This is reloading tool. This is a necessary item if you want to create different types of ammunition. By combining the gunpowder and the reloading tool, various types of ammunition will be created. Gunpowder. Mix materials to create various types of ammunition. There are 3 types of basic gunpowder, A, B, and C. Please note that gunpowder C is created by mixing A and B types. Ooh, as long as you know your alphabet, you're good to go. How to mix gunpowders. You can create various kinds of bullets by mixing the different gunpowders. There are 13 different kinds of gunpowders in all. And the game even tells you how to make them all. A is handgun bullets, B is shotgun, C grenade rounds, and then variations of that with combined other powders. You can get flame, acid, and freeze rounds, which I think this is the first introduction of freeze rounds now that I think about it. We used to get, I think it was just usually grenade rounds and then flame and acid. You can get magnum bullets if you have CCC. Close quarters combat? No, not quite. Mixing gunpowder with grenade rounds. If you combine a certain type of gunpowder with grenade rounds, special types of grenade rounds will be created, which we saw in the thing. Mixing level improvement. If you repeatedly create the same kind of ammunition, your skill will be improved. You'll be able to create more powerful ammunition. Ooh. So keep that in mind when making the ammunition. So now we've released our inventory. Let's get back to the action here. No. Oh God! No, get off me. I was trying to escape. Well, we've already done a bad job of not. Oh, come on, Jill. God, I gotta get used to the tank controls again. Oh, was that a map? Oh, can we grab it before we, fuck it. Whoops. Uh-oh. Oh God, Jill. Get out of there. We've already started this adventure. It's a little too early to be zombie food. Put your back into it. What now, Einstein? Ah! Actually, where is Chris and all that? I thought you guys were working together. I guess you all split off to do your own thing.
September 28th, daylight. The monsters have overtaken the city. Somehow, I'm still alive. Okay, we've got to get out of here.
What? What do you think you're talking about? I just lost my daughter out there. How dare you tell me to go back outside?
I'm sorry about your daughter, but there isn't gonna be any rescue. We have to get out of here.
No! I'm not going anywhere. I'd rather starve to death in here than be eaten by one of those undead monsters! Now leave me alone!
God, Jesus Christ, asshole. I know he just lost his daughter and, and all that, but we gotta survive, and now you've locked the door on us. Ugh. Pansy. Yeah, if you try to open it, he won't let you in.
I told you! I'm not leaving! Never! Just get away from me.
God, that voice actor is angry or something like that. He's like, get away from me! I'm angry! Anyway, yeah, we're controlling the Jill Valentine, the master of locking from the previous game, and oh man, look like Jill is definitely decided to dress a little bit more I wouldn't say provocative is the case, but she's definitely different from her fully clothed outfit, like detective or Star's outfit from the previous game. Yeah, she was completely covered. Although if you unlock some of the outfits, you could have some fun stuff. But yeah, it's almost like Jill has some sex appeal almost all of a sudden. Not that she didn't have it before, but you can kind of tell there's been some influence. I mean, is it really easier to run in those like knee-high boots and that short skirt right there? I don't think so. But this is based off a cheesy B-movie-ish Jill-ish type of game, so we can kind of forgive it. So, I mean, I don't mind seeing Jill like this, but you know what I mean. You got to point out that type of stuff when it comes around. So, all right, we got to figure out a way to get back outside and escape, and unfortunately, that douche is not coming with us. So, oh well. I mean, we asked him to, but ooh, handgun bullets. Yes, please. I will take I will take them. Defective products have been placed here. Where are we anyway? I guess we're in like a warehouse or something like that. So let's just do a quick runabout, see if there's anything here. Ooh, first aid spray. This game still has a grading system, so if you use first aid spray, it reduces your grade. So keep that in mind. Try to, like the previous games, a forklift for moving various types of cargo. Like in previous games, try to use the if you're trying to go for a high score, try to use the herbs when you get to it, or just not take the damage, which is, for me, I've already... Okay, is that no more secret, like, random places I can... Oh, there's a button there. Was it... Did that do anything? The alarm has already been used. Well, yeah. Alright. We'll try not to use the, Okay, that takes us... Where does that take us? It's been... Actually, weird enough, Resident Evil 3 is probably one of the... Actually, maybe some of the later ones. It's the backdoor exit. It's locked. Resident Evil 3 is probably the game I've played the least, weirdly enough, out of all of them, which is weird. It's not a bad game or anything like that at all. I don't know why. I think this was around the time where I didn't get to play games as often as I wanted to. Like Resident Evil 1 and 2, I played the crap out of those. Like I played those games so often, I was able to... I mean, I didn't break any records, but I was able to beat them pretty quickly. Like Resident Evil 1, I could beat in like less than an hour and 30. Resident Evil 2, I could beat in like... I think both paths within 2 hours or something like that. It was, or whatever the fastest you could, because I played them so much. So anyway, let's inside of here we get a key. Ooh, what is this key? We're taking the warehouse key. All right, let's check it out. Yeah, we even got the same save music. Awesome. I actually like the soundtrack to most Resident Evil games. It's very ambiotic, you know. The soundtrack, the orchestrated. I actually own the orchestrated soundtrack to the Resident Evil, like the first 3 games. They did like a compilation with all their famous tracks, like the save room and everything like that. And I think it's pretty good. A small key with a tag attached to it. It says backdoor on the tag. Phrasing? No, I'm just kidding. I'm always saying that because we're playing as Jill, huh? Sexy Jill, right? Anyway. Wait, if this is her sexy outfit, what other outfits can she unlock when she beats the game? Various reports are sorted here. Probably, obviously not important because we're not grabbing them. So, alright. Yeah. Alright. It is kind of weird that this is one of the few games that starts out with giving you an instruction manual on how to play. You know? Well, I mean, in-game, not a delivery voucher book. Okay. Anything else? Nope. Nope. Yeah, the problem is sometimes you gotta just kind of check around and see what you can find. Ooh, we've already got gunpowder, so now we can, if we want to, we can make gunpowder A. Or we could save it for later. Delivery vouchers are scattered everywhere. Let's see. Anything else? An area map for delivery service. Oh, I guess we don't need that then. Okay. Yep, and we still have the good old-fashioned ink ribbons for these. So, cool. So, yeah. Usually want to keep at least one of those on hand. Game also has an old typewriter. You can save your progress here. Will you use it? No, we don't need it right now, but, yeah. Keep that in mind. You can only save as many times as you got ink ribbons. Although this game... Usually most of the games are pretty, even on the hard modes, the games gives you a pretty decent amount of ink ribbons. So, and we'll keep the... Yeah, the sad thing about making the ammo is that if you want to make it on the fly, you basically have to waste an item slot for the gun and for the reloading ammo. If you're pretty good about running around and not needing ammo, you could leave the reloading tool behind. I'll kind of try to guess on that over the course of the game and see. Would be bad to have the knife just for a little extra. See, I'm trying to remember. I think the knife is equipable in this game. Let's see. Yeah, so we could, if we want to save some ammo, we could try to see. Oh yeah, like all the games, you know, this has tank controls, so you have to push forward to move forward in any direction. Pretty easy. You can aim up and down, go for the head or the legs or the chest, depending on what you're fighting. Obviously, I'm gonna just use the knife mainly on zombies. As soon as we get to the really nasty like stuff in the game, back to the gun it is. Usually, what I would do, and I'm not very good at this, but usually what I would do is I try to go to legs and try to knock the zombies out from the bottom, so that way I could just run past them just to conserve on ammo. I don't think I'll need to be super conservative in the game, but I'm going to try to at least conserve as much ammo as I can for the foreseeable future so we can survive this crazy apocalypse. So you've used the backdoor key. You no longer need it. Well, you discard. Yeah, there's no reason to keep the keys. I don't even know why the game would even let you do such a thing. So but yeah, we're gonna have to leave that man to his fate. Apparently, he's gonna starve in there. I wonder what will ever happen to him. Who knows? Whoops! Dang it! I didn't mean to go back in there. And you can tell the loading is a bit faster in the game because we go through the doors pretty quickly in this game. You can tell they've been slow, and we actually go inside we get close to the door as we turn it. So yeah, you can tell that they've been slowly polishing the game. Too bad Resident Evil 4 is Resident Evil 4 is actually not the next game of the series. That's Code Veronica. But they basically get rid of this engine by this point anyway. So but anyway, yeah, we want to. A lot of places, there's nothing strange. A lot of stuff we can just kind of skip in this place because you can tell it's the beginning part of the game. So, yeah, on that. All right. Well, looks like Jill's adventures in Raccoon, not Raccoon. Raccoon thanks you. In Raccoon City. How will Jill be able to escape? Will she run across some helpful people, or will the zombies get her instead? Find out next time in the next episode of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.